What is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we need to talk about a secret new bundle that made its way into Rise of Kingdoms. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. One of my Alliance members tipped me off to a new bundle that was very quietly added into Rise of Kingdoms. If you like Rise of Kingdoms guides, where we show you the sweet bundles to buy and the ones that we think are not full of value at all, then you should like and subscribe. We review bundles whenever they come into the game, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. My friends, this Hammer and Anvil bundle, it's not new. And the bundle I'm not about to talk about is this one over here. You've seen this before, Mark of the Champion. No, it's actually hidden behind the Hammer and Anvil bundle. Before, you could only purchase your way up to the $50 tier with the Hammer and Anvil. And in fact, before that, it was only the $20 tier. Slowly, they've made it so that you can buy more and more material chests, and now you can buy one $100 tier of the Hammer and Anvil. We're going to talk all about whether or not I think it's worth it. We're going to compare the value of going ham on Hammer and Anvil, pun not intended, versus buying the other bundles, and we're going to get really quantitative about whether or not we think this is the right thing to do for a big spender. If you're not a big spender, in other words, the person who is the rally captain or the garrison captain, then the Hammer and Anvil bundle is not for you. Let's put the Hammer and Anvil bundle $100 new secret edition onto the screen so that you can check that out. Okay, here is the $100 bundle. You'll notice that there is one full legendary material choice chest, 2 epic chests, and 6 of the blue chests. So almost 2 legendary materials in this chest in total, and it costs $100. There are 3 24-hour speed ups, and there are 50 60-minute speed ups. That is not a lot of speed ups at all. I'm going to flash onto the screen all of the other bundles so you can see typically how many speed ups they have at the different tiers. We're going to include in this the number of speed ups that are in the Hammer and Anvil bundles, so you can look at that as well. You're definitely losing out on the speed up game if you're considering buying the Hammer and Anvil. And I thought, hey, wait a minute, Chisgule. Let's talk about this for a second. You know, should we be worried that now big spenders can get even more equipment and get some edges in this game? And I put a lot of thought into this, and we're going to get to the math in a second, but just taking a big step back, how do I feel about there being a way for big spenders to put in ridiculous amounts of money to get like 1 or 2 or 3% of stat boost per item they make? I don't know. One of these items, and we'll get really in depth here, is going to cost you typically to the tune of multiple thousands of dollars worth of these bundles, and you're getting like a teeny tiny amount of stats out of the deal. That seems like a pretty sustainable way to me for this game to continue to operate and generate revenue without hindering free-to-play to low spenders overly much for like a couple percent of stats. But let's get really specific here and dive into exactly what we're talking about, the trade-off is, and that'll give you a much better sense of exactly whether or not this is worth. Now, when we did the math on the Hammer and Anvil bundle, and you compare the number of speed ups you would get if you max purchase this twice, so you can buy the $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 tier. You do that over 2 different days. That's roughly the same amount of spend as max purchasing one of these other bundles, wherein you can get the $100 bundle 3 times instead of just once. The key difference between them is you're basically getting a small amount of materials instead of getting more speed ups. So that difference, if you are max purchasing this twice, you're getting 7 legendary materials in total if you max purchase this twice, versus about 50 days of speed ups if you were to max purchase, let's say, Call of the Ancients. Maybe that's a bad example because that's got more speed ups in it, but it's about 50 days worth of speed ups. So the comparison point here is 7 legendary materials versus 50 days of speed ups. Well, we can work with that. We can work with that because if we go in to our blacksmith, certain gear we can look at and say, okay, would I rather have the materials to make Shio's return, or with my bundles, instead, I could have 300 days worth of speed ups. So we're talking about $2,220 worth of bundles. We could either have 300 days worth of speed ups, or we could have Shio's return. And by the way, 300 days of speed ups, let's translate that into troops. That's like 420,000 troops, right? So you could either have Shio's return, or you could have 420,000 T5 for a cool $2,220. Oh my God, so much money. So you could do that. And Shio's return is giving you 5% archer health and 5% infantry defense. Well, let's say you're running a march, okay, that is all infantry or is all archers, okay? So you could have already got 3% on these boots if you had the special talent. So we're talking about a 2% stat boost for $2,200, or you could have 420,000 more T5. To look at that a little differently, let's say it's infantry boots. Let's say you're using this for an infantry commander. There's not actually great infantry boots in the game right now. You get maybe 1% over here, which is not amazing. But so you're getting, let's say, 4% more infantry stats that you cared about for $2,200. I don't know about that. Would you rather have the 420,000 T5? But let's keep going, right? A better comparison point might be Ian's Choice. Okay, this gets really interesting because you could have, let's say, 3% if you have the special talent for archer health, but over here, you could get 8%, and I'm going to assume you're not going to get the special talent. So that's 5% of stats more. So that's $2,220 for 5% of extra stats, or you could have 420,000 T5 troops. I don't know. I mean, the math is approximate, so like, if someone wants to be a wizard and go and figure out exactly how much, please be my guest. Go ahead and do that and leave a comment. I'll be happy to pin it. That seems pretty expensive to me. To give another example with a different piece of gear that requires even more materials, let's get a look at the Milky Way. Milky Way is giving you 6%. 6% of archer and cavalry stats. If you've got an all-cavalry march, that is going to be only 2% more than a special talent Milanese plate, which is only 1% more than a Dark Lord's Blessing. I mean, like, that's $3,330 for 1% of stats. That doesn't feel amazing to me. If we look at this for archer stats, where can we get archer stats? We got 4% here. Oh, we got 5% over here. Okay, so clearly you'd rather make the Dark Lord's Blessing for a fraction of the materials, and I do mean a teeny fraction. In fact, like a third as many materials to get, like, you know, the same amount of stats over here. I mean, this just does not feel amazing to me for these chess pieces. The only one that seemed amazing to me was the boots. Again, huge amounts of money for teeny amounts of stats. But to continue this comparison, okay, let's say you wanted to make a piece like the Milky Way, and you wanted to make a piece like, let's say go as far as saying it's Ian's Choice. So you're getting, let's say, 6 or 7% of stats for the troop type that you wanted, which is not a ton. Or you could have over 1 million more T5. Well, 1 million T5 is an interesting proposition. And I mention that because with 1 million T5, you actually could train up enough troops in a Mighty Governor to go and probably win it, on top of all of the other speed ups you're getting other ways. So a Mighty Governor win is 180 sculptures. That is 360,000 gems worth of value compared to buying them from the VIP shop. Or you can get all of those legendary materials that we were talking about. You need 100 legendary materials in total to make these 2 legendary pieces. This means that your comparison point is 180 legendary commander sculptures from winning Mighty Governor and 1 million T5 troops, which is a lot. Or you could have the 2 pieces of gear and be an even more awesome rally captain or, defense captain. And the thing that's sort of tricky about that math is that if you're the rally captain or the defense captain, you're kind of a force multiplier for your kingdom. So if you're going to be doing just tons of rallies or defense leadership in kingdom versus kingdom, the way to think about that million T5 troops and to compare to that is to say, how many troops am I going to save myself and the kingdom in total by having the extra percentage points of stats? Which I don't have the answer to that question, but I think the reality is you're going to have to be doing a lot of rally leading in war, a lot of garrisoning in war for that equation to balance up in the side of the equipment. But there's definitely something to be said for being the biggest, baddest person on the field. The other thing that's really interesting is that if you were already overflowing on sculptures, you can't actually make a commander any better by going in and getting more of their sculptures after you've expertised them. So if you want to kind of go all in on the new Archer meta, you could make like Ian's Choice, and I really wouldn't make the Milky Way, but I guess you could make Shio's Return. And that might actually be better gem value, which I didn't expect, than trying to go in and get a Mighty Governor win instead. Given that they have slowed down the rate of new commanders coming into the game just very slightly, now we think there's going to be, at least I think there's going to be, 5 Mighty Governor cycles every single time with a new commander instead of 4. I mean, you might be more interested in going on the gear. I don't know. To some extent, I think if you're the rally captain, maybe we should be changing up what we're doing here and be buying this new $100 bundle. It maybe changes the calculus. I'm going to spend some more time thinking about it. Obviously, I'm a little bit undecided. I'm indecisive here as to what I might do, but I might actually start to lean toward shying away from the Mighty Governor wins and instead leaning in on equipment. And a part of the reason that I think we can do that in the kingdom that we're in is that for the time being, we've actually rigged all the Mighty Governor wins. And the way this now works with this bundle, that actually makes a ton of sense to do. You constrain the amount that everybody has to train up troops, and then the rally leaders can get their gear. I don't know. We'll see. I'm eager for your thoughts. I'm clearly still forming my own. Leave a comment down below. Let's switch gears a little bit and rock out the Card King using some of those gems we've been saving up, and we are running pretty low on gems. We're going to very quickly cover the commanders that I think are worth going for, and then we're going to go all in on the one of our choosing right now. Now, you know that my feeling on this is to avoid the commanders that you can get from gold keys. Obviously, the real choice here is if you have all these commanders unlocked already, then the thing I would do is be choosing between some of the more punchy meta commanders. In my opinion, at this exact moment, approaching Season 4 of KVK, the choice is between Tamaris and Constantine. Now, if we didn't already have Alexander the Great, he would be in consideration as well. Constantine is a good garrison commander, and I've been working on him because he's also very contributory in the open field. However, Tamaris is looking like she's about to be huge in the meta for Rise of Kingdoms. Card up in the top where I explain exactly why she will always be a part of the meta in Rise of Kingdoms, especially in Ark of Osiris for swarming structures when skill damage is a part of the game. That said, right now Attila Takeda's still looking really good, and we're going to take a peek at Constantine and get those sculptures. So here we go, shuffling up the deck. Now, if you haven't done Card King before, you get your first couple flips for free, revealing the stuff that's here. You hope to get a match, and if you hit the question mark right over here, it'll show you what is actually contained within this round of Card King. It does change round to round. Ultimately, it costs 300 gems a pop after you have had your free reveals, and from that point, you need to just make assessments as you're going. Is it worth continued gem spend to sort of reveal what's here, or am I better off getting these benefits other ways, getting these items other ways. So we're looking pretty good in this one. And actually, like, we could just sort of call it here potentially with the 3 legendary commander sculptures picked up. Do I need the wood? No. Do I need the stone? No. I actually think I can walk away from this, even though I've already revealed this stone node. I think I'm just going to hit reset and save myself the gems. That actually worked out really well for explaining what I wanted to explain there. So we can cruise in now. And by the way, here's what we're looking at. About the same as last time. A lot of gold hidden in here, which we definitely want to pick up. We've revealed food and research, or not research, but 8 hours of speed ups. There's the gold key and the legendary commander head. We'll match up the commander head, add that to our inventory. There's the double head. We can match up our gold keys. Looking good. And I guess what I'll add as I'm doing this is that this is better value than if you went into the VIP shop and you were trying to just buy legendary commander heads in the VIP shop. Assuming this is a commander you actually wanted, the universal heads can obviously go anywhere. So now we've got 2 spots left. I actually do want to go for the 1.2, I guess no, it's 1 million gold. So we'll match up the food and we'll match up the gold. A solid round, and we will reset the duel. I don't know why it's called a duel. Technically, we're dueling Constantine right now, but that's a bit of a stretch. That's 2 gold keys. 2 gold keys is more than usual for getting in Card King. Ooh, off the bat, gold matchup's not bad. Let's see here. 1 legendary commander sculpture and experience. We got speed ups and the double keys. Oh my gosh. There's the legendary commander sculpture. So embarrassing. Sometimes I'm like looking between screens and oh, whatever. No excuses. All right. Now we've got the double head. Boom. Nailed it. And we've got 3 spots already revealed, not matched. I feel like we keep going here. The experience tomes we can match up. Easy. The gold keys we can match up. Easy, and then boom, speed ups, a done deal. We'll hit the old reset here. What do we got? We're looking at food and speed ups. This is a really good round because we've got an extra legendary commander head in here. Really solid. There's another legendary commander head and a matchup. Okay, right off the bat. We got the universal head and the double head. There's the speed up matchup. This could be a really good round for us. There's experience, but we've got, hit the wrong thing. Oh, well, there's the double head matchup. There's the universal head matchup. And so is it worth 300 gems for the experience and 300 gems for the food? It probably is. It probably is. I should probably just snap this off. Boom. And boom. Now, experience we have more of than we know what to do with, but if they ever were to release additional levels into the game, which feels like an inevitability to me, having the experience tomes in that instance will be really, really good. Plus, when new commanders come out, we can max them out. There's the, wow, we are nailing the off-the-cuff matching here. That is really unusual. The 1 gold key is way less compelling than the double gold key setup we just had. So this is sort of an okay board that we have here. We're looking to match up the food and the wood. There's 2 heads, and wood we can match. And I guess in these 3 is the remaining matches. There's our food. We definitely want to keep going to get the double head match. There it is. And is it worth 300 gems for the 8-hour speed up? Technically, we would pay 240 gems for this in the VIP shop. Technically, this is not worth. Weird enough. Weird enough. We would pay 240 for this in the VIP shop. So, am I going to walk away from this? Am I going to walk away from this? It's so tempting to not walk away, but I'm going to do it. Sure. We did it. Awkward. If we were, like, all in on the big spend, I guess we wouldn't care. All right, let's try to get some double gold keys here. Double gold keys is really actually quite solid. There's the double gold key matchup. We have a ton of non-matches here, which is a little awkward. Wow. Okay, well, somewhere in here was an experience tome, and I was not paying attention. There's the single head. There it is. Jeez. Okay, so those match up. And the double head we can match. And this gold, where are you at, gold? Gold we can match, boom. This head we can match, and 8 hours of speed up, here we are again. 8 hours of speed up for 300 gold, or 300 gems. Totally not worth it, right? Like, comparing to the VIP shop, here we are, boom. VIP, 240 gems, 8 hours of speed up. So we are going to reset the duel and do this again. Here we go. And, you know, when you reset, again, you get everything you had claimed up to that point. We get a peek here. 3 gold stars is kind of exciting. I do look forward to getting the 3 gold stars. Boom. Matchup off the bat there. That's solid. Experience tome matchup off the bat. Feeling pretty good. All right. Stone and double gold head. Okay. There's the double gold head matchup. And I do want to match the triple star. There's the triple star. So is this worth the gems? 8 hours of speed up? No. And, over 1 million stone. Over 1 million stone for 300 gems. Let's look at this. 300 gems? Yeah, I guess technically it is worth. It is kind of worth. And I'm not really gemming resources these days, but let's see if we get it. Okay, there's the speed ups. I probably should have just bailed on that. We'll do a reset here. Couple more to go. Let's start the matching process. There's the experience tome, stone, single head, double head, stone. Okay, single head matchup. And there's the stone that we'd looked at. Boom. Continuing on, speed ups, double head. Boom. Do we keep going from here? Do we keep going? We've got gold, experience, and 10 hours of speed up. See, 10 hours of speed up is, now it's worth it. Now the hours of speed up is worth, and we match that up. Okay, well, now that we got that, what else is worth here? We could use gold. Well, we'll probably get the experience anyways. We'll just take it anyways. All right. Boom and boom. Okay. Reset the duel. 2 more runs at this, and we're almost out of gems. Man, we're gonna have to buy some bundles here. We get anything good in this one? 12 hours of speed up is really good, actually. That's a huge amount of speed ups. Experience tomes and a single sculpture. We can lock up that single sculpture, and we've got a small amount of speed ups and a big amount of speed ups. We'll match those up. Continuing on, the gold we will match, and double head. There's the match. Okay. Do we continue? See, this is a larger increment of experience tomes here. 200,000 experience. It's a non-trivial amount of experience. We could gem that. We get the speed ups, and we get the experience tomes. Overall, again, still pretty solid value for the number of sculptures you're getting and the other things you're getting. If the thing you're after, though, is like crazy value, the place to do that is in Wheel of Fortune. This is really more about selecting the commander for which you're getting the goodies. There we've got a single sculpture. Ooh, okay. This looks pretty decent. This looks pretty decent in terms of what we could get. There's the single sculpture matchup and the experience tome matchup. And, ooh, double head. Wow. All right. Didn't we have a triple hour revealed? I guess not. There's the hour of speed ups matched up at 9 hours. Double head matched up. Now we can see here, what do we have left? The wood we don't need. 300 gems for 2 gold keys. I mean, we're going to do it and then open the gold keys. All right. We're going to do this. We're going to open those gold keys. And I just do not need wood. Like, I have more wood than I don't even know. So we're going to walk away from that and show you the gold keys. And then we'll wrap this thing up. There's 1 gold key. Actually, that would have been super legit if we needed Cao Cao especially, but we do need the Sundok. I'll take that. And another gold key. Wow, that would have been super legit if we needed the El Cid. We don't, so this is basically worthless to us. Overall, I do feel that the Card King event is some pretty solid value. If we go into our commanders now, we can drop an upgrade onto our Constantine, who's looking pretty good at this point. He's now up to 5-4. And we could put another 30 sculptures on them, start leveling and starring them up. That might honestly just be the play, so we can start to level them up naturally instead of having to use experience tomes. I mean, that said, like, man, how many experience tomes does Chisgule have? Enough? More than enough to get by? But maybe we'll start to star them up. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like or consider subscribing. That really helps out the channel a lot. We do really appreciate it. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom. And are you going to buy that bundle? Like, I'm still really torn as to what I'm going to do